Universal Styles, Kansas City, Missouri.
Live and direct with that Connect Universal Styles. We got my man Tony G in the house.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
How you doing, man?
Doing good, baby.
Everything's good, man. Everything's great, man. We want to get the people a little bit inside your brain, man, and figure out who you are and some of the things you're doing, so we're going to get right into the question.
Let's do it.
So, how did you get started in this business?
Man, wow, many years ago, man. I ended up going to school, man. I went to college for radio and TV, but at the same time, I had a cat that I was coming out of high school with that was already like club DJing and stuff like that, you know. And I thought that was a nice way to latch on to really get into the business. You know, he taught me a lot of the ropes as far as club DJing and things like that, but you know, I took it to another level. I said, hey man, you know, not only do I think this is fun and I can make some easy money, but I'm going to go to school for it. So that's really how I got into the business.
So what do you like most about the business?
Up and coming artists, man. I like to see artists develop themselves. I like to develop artists themselves, but at the same time, I like to meet a lot of the artists that are already out there, see what kind of vibe that I can pick up off of them and stuff like that.
What do you think you'd be doing different if you wasn't in the music?
Man, you know what, man? I've done so many things, you know, growing up, going through school, man. I used to drive a truck for Coca-Cola. I used to drive a truck for UPS. Used to drive limousines for all the rock concerts, stuff like that, man. So, you know, I guess I was a jack of all trades, and it's a good thing that I know those things. So if anything, if I ever have to fall back, I got something to fall back on. I always go pick up a broom, and I can always do that. You know.
So what keeps you going every day?
What keeps me going every day?
Motivates Tony G.
My daughters, man. I got two beautiful daughters, man. One named Alexis, one named Carrington. Alexis grade be 15, Carrington, she just turned 2. And of course my beautiful wife, Kim, man. That's what keeps me going every day, man, is my family, man. Because, you know, I got to get out there and hustle and grind for them. Because, you know, they depend on me to get out there and do what's necessary for them to eat and put food on the table and bread in their pocket, you know.
It's beautiful, man. So what, in your opinion, is quality of good music?
You know what, man? I think there's a lot of good music coming out, but at the same time, man, I have to say there's a lot of trash too. Now, I've been in the business a long time, and I've seen a lot of music come and go. I've seen a lot of artists come and go, one-hit wonders and stuff like that. And the thing that I would have to say, man, to up-and-coming artists is to learn your craft. You know, don't worry about if your hometown radio station is playing your music. Learn the business first, you know. Learn whether somebody's beating you at the pocketbook or not. Learn all that and let the radio station come after you. You know, make your music so hot in the streets, buzzing and all that in the clubs that the radio station don't have a choice but to play you. But at the same time, man, there are a lot of good artists that I like out here, and I think those are the people that have done their homework, whether it be rap, whether it be hip hop, or whether it be R&B. You know, I don't want to get into names and stuff, but there are a lot out here.
What kind of things you like to do when you're not on the job?
Man, I like to shoot pool. I like to just chill with the family, man, and just hang out with the boys. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of relax and get away from it all. You know?
Who's your most positive influence in life and why?
Wow. Man, you know what, man? I'd have to say my parents, man. I'd have to say my mom and dad because, you know, keep it real, man. I'm from the inner city, man, and I've seen a lot of things happen as I was growing up. And my mom and dad, you know, always said that, you know, if I ever made it big, you know, if I ever got into a position to help people out and help other people, don't forget where you come from. And when I first got into this business, my career started taking off and stuff like that. It wasn't nothing for me to go by the crib, but my mom and dad said, hey, you know, the yard's a little high out there, you know, why don't you go and cut the grass? So, I mean, I've always been humble. I've always kept my feet to the ground, so that's what it's all about.
What kind of influence would you like your career to have on the city?
Man, you know what, man? I would like people to understand that, you know, because I am from the inner city and I am from the hood, that, you know, I always kept it real. Right. I always kept it real with people. I always kept it real. If somebody came at me and said, hey man, what you think about my music? I was upfront with them. I was honest with them, but at the same time, I would also tell them, hey dog, this is what you need to do to get your music played on the radio. So that's one thing I want people to know. That I've always kept it real. I've always been true to the game.
What's the best advice you've given throughout your career?
Basically, I would say the best advice that I've given throughout my career is probably some of the same things that we've talked about before is, hey, you know what? Don't depend on somebody else to make your career. You got to go get it yourself. You know, you got to get out here and grind. It would be just as though you're not trying to be an artist in the music industry. If you had to go find just a 9-to-5 job, you still have to get out here and grind. So take those, take the same thing or the same principles and use it towards the music industry. Get out here and grind. You know, look at all the rappers that really started out the trunk of their car, and made it big. You know what I'm saying? So you know, you gotta, and also you gotta be humble. You also gotta give props to those people that came before you, those artists that came before you, because without them, hey, same thing I do. I give props to the radio DJs and the club DJs that have come before me. So that's what it's about.
Wise words from Tony G. Hey man, we appreciate your time, man. Holly Rod in the building, Universal Styles. Got my man Tony G. You want to get some shouts out?
Hey man, you know what? Hey, y'all keep doing y'all thing, because it's gonna blow up. All right, peace.
Shout out to Universal Styles, baby.